let's say you were a 300-pound dude, right? With a small dick. All right, we're back. We're back with the man cave. We got a Dominican and a Puerto Rican here. We're taking a look at some videos. I know you sent me some videos, Carlos. I haven't seen them, so we're just gonna do a reaction or do an analysis on these videos. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. What you brought?
On the table on this. Go ahead.
I don't know, like a 7.
Okay.
A 10.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So you're a 10. Why are you a 10?
Because I'm pretty.
Look at her. She's definitely a 10.
Well, you can be pretty.
I think all of us here are 10s.
Oh,
Thank you.
Okay.
Bring that back up again.
What?
But you
That's what I have an issue with right there. That comment she made right there, I think all of us here are 10s. That's the issue that I have. Now, why? If you were a 10, you should be involved, bro. I'm sorry, not every girl there is a 10 because you want to be body positive or whatever the case is. You know what a 10 is? You're talking about like Barry and Beyonce and all these beautiful women, Sofia Vergara all combined into one. That's a 10. You know how hard to reach a 10 is? I'm talking about you got to have crazy eyes, crazy facial feature, crazy body, crazy everything. And you're a 10? And you think every girl there is a 10? Nah.
Yeah.
She's delusional.
Delulu. I mean, this is what I got to say about it, right? Like me personally, do I have like a sort of metric between, on how do I rate a person?
Only on looks, though. It's only on looks.
Only on looks.
This was specifically only on looks.
I see the rating scale as sort of like a diamond, right? On top of the diamond is very small. The bottom of the diamond is very small. The middle of the diamond is very thick, right? And that's where most people live, right? That's where most people are, in the thick side of the diamond. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, on the other sides of that diamond are incredibly horrendous people that you cannot stop looking at. I'm talking about people where you just like, oh my God, I just can't. Oh my God, no, look away. It's just
There's no words.
But on the other side is just equally sort of like mesmerizing. It's like, oh my God, it's like seeing a unicorn with like 13 horns. And it's just like riding a race. It's just incredible, right? So that's what I think of 1s and 10s. They're just incredibly rare. Obviously 1s are incredibly rare, ugly people. But then 10s are just people that have incredibly rare features. Like a feature would be like hazel colored eyes. Your fiance has very beautiful eyes, right? They're very rare. Rihanna has very incredibly beautiful eyes. These features add to the rarity of these people. You don't see these type of people too often. That's why it brings them up a notch. You can't be a 10 and have basic colored eyes, right? But you also can't weigh 300 pounds and think that the eye color is going to carry you to a 10. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Point. Right?
It's a variety of different things.
Yeah. The eyes don't carry you alone, but you can't get to the 10. For me, you can't get to a 9 or a 10 without some sort of incredibly unique feature, right? That's how I view it. Right?
It's very true. 100% agree with that. But the fact that she's serious when she says, I think we're all a 10.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing.
She says that.
The other way that I see it, right? I think that people, if a person tells you, I am a 10, this is the peak of my beauty, believe them. That's just I recommend you believe them, because they will never look better. For me, if you're telling me you're a 10 at the moment that you are now, right? Overweight, kind of raggedy looking. If you think that's your 10, man, I don't want to see what a 1 looks like on you, because that's crazy. Some people's Mount Everest is not as tall as other people's Mount Everest. You know, if
Yeah,
I hear
yeah.
someone's, if I hear someone say, "Oh, I'm a 6," that tells me that you feel like there's a lot more that you can improve about yourself, and that what you are right now is not the peak of your beauty. Yeah, like for me, I definitely don't think I'm a 10. I could work on my 6-pack. You know, I could work on my chest. You know, I could work on a lot of things. Right? I'm still climbing that mountain. But if people, you know, I've seen these big women just say, "Oh, I'm a 10." I believe it. There's no way you can be better. There's no way you can. This is the best you can offer the world. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I
but this is the
believe you.
difference. But this is the difference between their 10 and what the population overall thinks is an actual 10. This is why I say that when they say that they're 10s, yeah, I get it. It's their 10s. They're still delusional. They are still delusional because being rated, you can't really rate yourself accurately. You really can't.
Right.
It's basically what the population thinks that you should be. It's the general consensus. At that point, I can say I'm an 8, which I'm not. I think I'm like a good 7. I think I'm a solid 7, right?
Yeah.
But else might think, yo, I think you're a 6. Why? Because you could be taller. You could be more shredded, whatever the case is, or you could be an 8. At the end of the day, I know for a fact I'm not a 10. I know for a fact none of these girls are at 10s. Very, very few people on this earth are an actual 10. Very few.
Yeah. That's there's the objective view on the scale system, and then there's the subjective view. Yeah. Right? Like the subjective view is what I was saying. Like if you saying you're 10, that's the best you can offer the world. That's the subjective view. Like you have nothing else to offer. The objective view is what everyone else collectively agrees is beautiful. Is like at the top of the mountain. We're talking about hazel colored eyes. We're talking about facial symmetry. We're talking about weight, height, all these different things combined together. The optimal appearance. That's our objective agreement on what this 10 would look like, right?
But the thing is that sometimes you got these people, these girls specifically, they're very pro body positivity, and it gets to a certain point where it's like, doesn't matter how positive you are, you're not a 10. You're just not a 10. Period. Yeah. I don't care how good you feel about yourself. The overall consensus specifically states that you're not a 10.
And I think, man, it's sort of like this psychology where, like, if you don't think you're a 10, then how can you get a 10? Because a lot of it becomes this, women are hypergamous, or how like the streets would say hypergamy. They're hypergamy, right? They're hypergamous, right? So they want to find this man that is, taller, richer, stronger, smarter, all these things, right? So a lot of women, they're like, oh, I want to be this guy's equal, or I want to be able to get this guy. I can't get a 10 looking like a 6. I don't think women believe that, because in their view, they would never get with someone below them. So they think men also do the same thing, that men don't look for women below them. But that's not the case, is it? Men date down all the fucking time.
We had a video
that's
recently.
The entire existence of mankind, men have always dated down. Yeah. There's so many Hollywood elites that will, marry a waitress that they saw, and she was just gorgeous. Oh, you have to be gorgeous. Men don't give a fuck about how much money you make, all this other stuff. So in terms of like the whole scaling system, women thinking that they're 10s, I don't push back as much. You sort of have to play this psychological game, and you got to beat them at their own game. You gotta be like, oh, you're a 10?
It's not even worth the fight.
Yeah, if a woman told me, oh, she's a 10, I'd be like, oh, I believe you. You're a 10. That's the best that the world can expect from you. I believe it. It's all, you can only go downhill from there. And then what happens is this, now they're backtracking. They're like, oh no, I can be better. It's like there's no more mountain for you to climb. There's no more mountain. Once you reach the peak of Mount Everest, there's nothing else you can climb. What are you talking about? True. Oh no, I can be at 11. I can be at 15. Now you just sound like a retard. You know, you just told me you're 10. I believe you. You're 10. This is the best the world can expect from you.
You're moving the goalposts.
Now,
You're moving the goalposts.
yeah, now they're moving the goal. They're trying to be like, oh no, I can be better. It's like, how can you be better? How can you climb further?
Honestly, but there's certain things that you just physically can't do. Like you can be beautiful. So let's put it in a guy's point of view, right? Let's just say like, yo, listen, I'm fit. I'm like shredded. My facial features of it, everything's on point. But I'm 5'0". Like that's not gonna put me at the peak because I'm so short. You see what I'm saying?
5'0".
Yeah,
You could have just said 5 foot.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I was trying to be very meticulous. So let's just say I'm 5 feet. Like I can't do anything about that. Nope. And you can be amazing the way you look, but your height fucks you up. So again, I think a 10 is what everybody around you sees, not so much what you can rate yourself. But
right. Yeah, and humans tend, I think there was a study done on this, that humans, when they look at themselves in the mirror, they see themselves as more attractive than what the rest of the world sees them.
I've got to see! Oh my God! I'm gorgeous!
So like, because we're biased to ourselves, right? We're like, oh, you know what? I actually look good today. And in reality, you kind of don't look as good as
yeah. Like you probably looked good last week. Yeah.
But I think another idea that I want to say is that women think that if you rate yourself lower than anything other than a 10, that puts you in a category of low
confidence.
Low confidence. You have low confidence. And that's not
true.
That isn't true. I am very confident as a 5'7" Puerto Rican man. I'm confident that I can pull women. Can I pull every woman? Absolutely not. I can't pull every single woman. Some women are, self-conscious about their height. So I'm confident with the tools that I have, right? Just because I'm realistic in my assessment of these tools doesn't mean that I have low confidence. It just means that, I'm just realistic. I'm 5'7". So what? I can't grow tall. I'll grow wide.
Yeah, basically.
I'll grow wide. That's it. That's all you need, man.
And honestly, and not for not, but I do think that overall, and again, this could be basically only on the podcast that I've been watching or whatever the case is, but I think overall, women do tend to rate themselves higher than men do. On a general basis, women do think that they are 10s. Obviously not every woman, but women overall tend to rate themselves a lot higher than men will. Why that is, I'm not sure, but we have a lot of common sense, and I'm not saying women don't, but like you said, maybe it's a positivity thing.
Yeah. For me, it's like, this is my 6. You don't want to see me at an 8. You don't want to see me at a fucking 10, bro. Oh my God, I'll fucking destroy your life, bro. You want me to stay where I'm at. You don't want to see this.
You don't want to stay in the man cave.
You want me to stay in this fucking cave, son. They told me I couldn't do it.
But listen, there's always room for growth. I know for a fact I can definitely grow, but I can definitely grow into a better looking person if I really wanted to.
Absolutely.
But the case remains that I will not be a 10 because there's certain things that I just cannot change regardless of how hard I tried or I want.
Right.
So
yeah, this whole idea that every woman can be a 10, again, it's like a diamond. It's like a diamond. There can only be a small amount of people at the top of that diamond. There can only be a small amount, Yeah. That's what makes them stick out of the crowd. So, yeah, I don't agree with that.
That's what makes them exotic,
Yeah. If everyone looked like Rihanna, we'd all look just normal. It'd just be normal.
I gotta be honest, Rihanna's not a 10 though.
Rihanna's not 10. She's up there. For me, like, she has the facial symmetry, she has the body, she has the eye color. I mean, yeah, you can nitpick a few things. She's not a 10, but she is incredibly beautiful.
No, she is. I'm not saying she's not, but again, it's very, very. So to put it into perspective, if I'm specifically saying that Rihanna's not a 10, and then you got these females over here that are 6 on average, thinking they're 10s, that should tell you everything right there.
Yeah, because think about it. You have regular colored eyes, like everyone else. Regular colored hair, like everyone else. There's no like you got regular sized titties. Like what exactly about you is a 10? You know what I'm saying?
And this is where they pivot and they start going into I could bring this to the table, I could bring that to the table, and they miss the whole argument about just being physical.
My personality is a 10. It's like,
that doesn't. No, it's not, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I guess.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, all right. Let's take a look at this next video that you got posted up here. Let's take a look at this, man.
I think that she really just has to mentally be in the right state of mind, because money really doesn't matter. It's all about the mindset and the person.
Okay, how about you?
Yeah, that don't know. That don't really matter to me. As long as she figure out what she want to do and something she's looking forward to, it's not really a price though. Like, you know.
Sure, as long as she can cook and clean, she a good mom, I'm gonna make all the bread.
Does a man have to make to be with you?
6 figures plus.
Oh my God.
I need vacations. A year.
Oh my God.
I need vacations. I need nice vehicle. I need a lot. I mean, I'm not saying money's a factor, but definitely over 6 figures.
Oh.
It's an expensive girl.
I think
God.
more realistically, I would love a 6-figure man, but that's not happening. I agree, yes. Like, I would love $100,000 at least.
Okay. How tall does a guy need to be in order to be with you? 6 foot. He needs to be 6 foot. Yeah.
Just taller than me. I'm 4'11", so I just need you to be like...
Am I tall enough?
Like your height. Yeah, your height is good.
Would you date a guy that makes $75K a year?
I have. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
No.
What? That's good money though.
What's the lowest amount of money a man should spend on a wedding ring for you guys?
$500,000, okay?
Okay.
We need another rock on this finger. A rock, you hear that? I don't care if you're broke as take your mama's life savings, take your life savings, take your grandma's life savings, and get me a rock.
No.
There is no price limit. Whatever I pick out, you're buying.
Period. What's the wedding ring? What's your price?
For you?
No. For me, yeah.
For you?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Like $1,000.
1,000!
A lot to unpack in that video.
Oh, golly. Okay.
Okay.
So I mean,
what do you want to start? Because as you can see, when you ask the guys these questions, they're very realistic. Like, listen, we don't really care about the financial status. We really care about how they look, and if they got plans and goals for themselves, we're okay with that. We don't have an actual metric on as far as monetary that a female needs to bring. You ask that to a female, and it's like minimum $100,000. Fuck 75K. Fuck 80K. I need a $500,000 rock on my finger, and you got all these stipulations just to be with that person. Meanwhile, that one of the girls that was saying that she needs $100,000. Look at her. Is she at least $100,000 worth? Like, first of all, she has to be over 300 pounds. If we're bringing in $100,000 and that's your standard, then our standards are way different. Our standards need you to look a lot better than what you're looking for now. If you want a guy, a high-value man that's going to make $100,000 or more.
I think
it's crazy.
Social media and hypergamy is starting to, it's betraying women. It's going against women's best interests, in my opinion. Okay, so here's the game, right? The reason why, evolutionarily speaking, women want this man to make a significantly more than her or have more resources and be taller, right? Evolutionarily speaking, is because she also has to sacrifice something for this man, right? And that's her body, right? When a woman obviously we both know, when you get a woman pregnant, her body changes. She becomes more vulnerable, right? So obviously she wouldn't be able to defend herself, so she needs a man to be able to defend two people, him and the woman, right? And then kids if they come along. So she needs to see that this man is able to take care of her. So that's why she's like, I need someone that can take care of themselves, and also another person, because I'm going to be at a very vulnerable state in my life to give you children, right? Because I have to put in all these resources into this child. I'm sacrificing my body. A lot of women's bodies don't bounce back, right?
True.
They don't bounce back after pregnancy. You know, we know, you know, stretch marks, loose skin, they become less attractive to the opposite sex. So they are investing into this man, right? So if you're going to invest your whole body, and not to mention, you could die. Women are exposed to death during pregnancy.
Yeah, but,
you know,
that
so
argument is assuming that the female wants kids, because I've seen in most cases where the female just wants a guy to make over $100,000, but meanwhile they don't even want any kids. So why do you want them to make $100,000? So you support
I think the safe argument, the safe bet is that most women want kids. Is on a general aspect, most women want kids. So I don't think we have to go.
In this generation,
we don't have to go to
a lot less.
Yeah, but that's why they want this man to make enough resources and to physically be able to support this woman when she's in her vulnerable state, right, in her life, where she's not able to, you know, secure financial assets for herself. You know, so I understand why women are doing it, right? But it's betraying them, because there's also the social media aspect and a life of abundance, right? That's the problem, is this life of abundance where all you need is this much to survive, right? You got a house, you got food, you got a vehicle at this amount. But women, they don't want just the bare minimum, right? They want more. They want the trips to Hawaii. They want to go to Disney World. They want 3 cars. They want a huge house, more than necessary, that they sometimes complain about cleaning. They wanted this house and they complain about cleaning. So social media, it's so weird. A woman will want a big ass house and then complain that she has to clean this big ass house. The irony is insane.
Now, what is the point of wanting or needing a $500,000 ring?
That's a good point. I think it's all social media. It's all society. It's like society has made it seem like it's a necessary statement of value, right? Wow, this man spent $500,000 on this rock to give to me. This rock is a symbol. It's a symbol of my value to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I just don't agree with that.
It's a psychological thing that it's very recent. Obviously, it's very recent. Wedding rings have only been around for like 200 years, maybe less than that. It's a fucking scam. That's a lie.
100%.
But again, a lot of this is women's instincts are starting to betray them, especially with the social media aspect. Of course, women want bigger, stronger, more richer men, but only because of what they have to sacrifice on their end. You know, if I'm going to sacrifice my body to the point where I now look significantly less attractive to other men, this man that I'm risking my life for, that I'm giving this baby for, he better have some money. He better have all his shit. That's the mentality that I'm saying that women have. And it's reasonable.
Yeah, it is very reasonable, but that's only valid for someone that looks like at their peak at that time. But if you're telling me that girl that weighs at least 350 is thinking about that, no, she should look better right now if she wants that type of man. She can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna end up looking worse after having kids and all that stuff." You already look bad. You already don't meet the standards, and you want a guy, a high value man, looking like that.
Well, again, it's instincts, right? It's instincts that's playing into her decision that she still wants these features in this man. Just for example, let's say you were a 300-pound dude, right, with a small dick, right? You'd still want a woman with fat ass titties and a big ass, right?
Of course.
You'd still want that. Rick Ross ain't rolling around. Yeah, Rick Ross ain't rolling around with ugly women. He's rolling around with very attractive women, even though he's very unattractive.
I mean, he's basically just paying it.
Yeah. So I'm not supporting these women, but I understand. I understand the psychology. I know why you guys are saying that. I know why a 250-pound woman, who looks just average, wants this 6-figure, 6-foot tall man. I understand because your instincts is driving you to want the most out of your investment. You're about to, if you're think about it, if you're going to risk your whole body, even though you look like questionable right now, if you're gonna risk your whole body, it should be for a man that has some game, that got something going for himself. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that risk. So like our significant partners, they sacrifice their bodies to give us children. Which means that now they don't look as good as they did before the kids, right? To other men, to other men, they're like, oh, the stretch marks, maybe all this other stuff. But to us, because of the investment, they look even more attractive. In our eyes, they're gorgeous. Like, you gave me this whole baby. Like, I see these birthmarks. Those are battle scars for me that you took from me. Men appreciate that from their women. But in terms of just realistically speaking, if you look at a woman that you have no investment in, and she looks kind of rough on the edges because she's been through childbirth, you're gonna be like, that looks rough. But when you look at your woman, you don't even see that. You see like this woman that gave you this investment. So it's all about psychology. It's a very psychological thing that happens with men and women. But yeah, asking for 6 figures, I feel like that's a fad. It's like a fad. Yeah. It's just something like people are saying now. And 6 figures ain't.
And the thing is, I find it so crazy the amount of differences in responses when you ask certain men and then you ask these women the same question. Like, you can literally go from 0 to over 100 grand. There's no middle ground. That girl's not even taking 75,000. What's wrong with 75,000? What's wrong with 80,000? No, it has to be minimum 100,000. Why? I mean, I get it. I guess to a point you can't face and all that bullshit, but they're not thinking about that. I'm pretty sure they're thinking about status. They're thinking about status.
They're thinking about a life of abundance. 75,000 is good for at least a family of 3. Yeah. I think 70. Oh man, I know the comment section might be like, that's fucking trash, but I think 75 is bare minimum. Like, you put food on the table, you can
live on 75. Again,
you can live.
Just get your necessities, and are you gonna drive a Lambo at 75? No, you're not. But
are you going to Disney World on 75? Nope.
Well, of course you could. Why not?
Well, unless you live on the other side of the country or something. If you live in a state that has a Disneyland or a Disney World theme park, then yeah, you could do it. But yeah, but the lavish vacations, it's all about the abundance. Are you taking 5 vacations a year? Probably not. You're taking 1 vacation. Are you driving the most exotic car? No. Do you have the biggest home? No. But you're surviving. You and I think that's the problem.
You can still live.
I think that's the problem. Yeah. So surviving is the problem. People don't just want to survive. They want to thrive. They want to flourish. They want to. This whole abundance thing is what's really driving it.
The thing is too that sticks out with their answers is that they want the guy to make all of that. What are they putting in? What are they making it? What are they contributing? That's another factor. That's another factor.
I think they eventually do want to quit. I think even though a lot of women, they'll say, no, I want to continue working. I think a lot of them.
Nobody wants to work, bro. Come on.
No one wants to work. I don't want to work. I'm only doing this because I know my wife ain't gonna work. She's looking at me like, yo, where's that fucking money? I'm about to leave your ass.
Exactly.
What it is, bro. But it's all psychology at the end of the day. It's bad. Rating system is all psychology. It's all instincts, and I think a lot of it is just a warped sense of reality especially in social media. it does not help women. Social media absolutely does not help women. It doesn't help men either.
No,
all I see is big ass titties and ass on my
oh
and now
my God. You go to the discovery part of Instagram, that's all you see, bro. That's all you see. It's crazy. Yo, no bullshit, but it be making me follow people that I don't even follow. I'm like, how the fuck am I following this person? But
I had to clean out what I was following because all I saw was big ass and big titties. I was just like, oh man, this is warping my sense of reality because women in general don't look like this.
Right.
They don't have huge triple D quad F fucking titties all the time just flapping around.
Matching with that filter they put on it.
I mean, it'd be nice if they did, but they don't, you know, but it's like, it is what it is. So I had to delete all that shit. And now I just got a bunch of average looking people on my feed.
So pretty boring feed, huh?
It's pretty boring, but you know what? It keeps me appreciate what I have, right? Because if you follow that shit, now you feel like you're missing out.
Yeah, very good point. And again, you're missing out, but it's not even real. Which what's out there, it's not even real. So
it's not real. It's illusion. Don't follow that, guys. Don't follow all these big titty, big ass women. They're nice to look at, but they're not the average typical woman.
You know what's the worst? You know what's the worst? When you had an average girl, right? Like, let's say you know this girl for a while, she was average. All of a sudden, they go in, they get plastic surgery and all this stuff, and then within a week, they're posting pictures at the gym like they work for that. Like, what are you doing, bro? No, you did it. But that's social media for now. No.
That's tradition. That's tradition. That's what you have to do. You go get surgery, and then you hit the gym right after, as if you've been doing it all along. It's like, yeah, I've been doing squats my whole life.
Man, I would love to get a 6-pack implant. I think I would look at that shit.
I don't know. I'm not against BBWs. I'm not against BBLs, but at the same time.
But then don't flaunt it like you just got it at the gym because you did.
Right? Yeah. I get it. People want to look good. People want to look good, and that's fine. If you want to alter, this is your body, and that's fine. And if it looks good, I ain't gonna knock it. It looks good. Sometimes these BBLs look great. Sometimes these BBLs, what the hell? Like, what the fuck happened, bro?
Who the fuck did this shit?
Who's the doctor? This is malpractice. It's crazy. But yeah, let us know what y'all think on the rating system. Are women being betrayed by their instincts by social media, or is it something deeper? Probably feminism. A lot of people are probably going to they're probably going to say it's feminism. It's like, oh, it's all feminism. But let us know. Like the video, send us a chat, or send us a message, I should say, and we'll be back with another banger. This is the Bang Cave. We out.